Day Discovery, this past Wednesday, we celebrated Earth Day. Every year on April 22nd marks the environmental movement created in 1970 to raise awareness for deforestation, pollution, endangered species, and more. Before Earth Day originated, Americans were consuming vast amounts of leaded gas through enormous and inefficient automobiles. However, with the publication of Rachel Carlson's New York best-time seller Silent Spring in 1962, the book represented a watershed movement selling more than 500,000 copies in 24 countries as it raised public awareness and concern for living organisms and the environment. As well as that, Senator Gaylord Nelson, the junior senator from Wisconsin, had long been concerned about the deteriorating environment in the United States. Then, in January 1969, he and many others witnessed the ravages of a massive oil spill in Santa Barbara, California. Inspired by the student anti-war movement, Senator Nelson wanted to infuse the energy of student anti-war protests with an emerging public conscience about air and water pollution. Senator Nelson announced the idea for a Tech In on College campus to the national media that eventually helped us get to where we are today. And that was the history behind Earth Day. We celebrate Earth Day to remind us about taking care of plants, animals, air quality, or water quality. Because if there's ever a negative impact against nature, we should always work to help improve it. Remember, it's always important to do things like picking up garbage, stop wasting water, and lowering the amount of food waste. Now it is time to take a look at local nature. That's all for Earth Day Discovery. I'll see you next time.
Sorry about that. Well, it was 8:45, and that still means we're live. So, well, that was really inspiring. You know, sometimes it makes you want to just appreciate the beauty of life. You know, just really look around at our Earth.
Moving on, prom tickets are now for sale in the office. They're $30 each and will be $35 next week, so buy them while they're cheap.
Remember that the theme is a night in Hollywood, so dress in all your red carpet glamour. The event is on May 9th at the Joyce Garber Theater. It's available to all juniors and seniors. No underclassmen are allowed unless you have an invite.
It's that time of year again. Grades 3 through 8 and 10 will take the Smarter Balanced or the Washington Access to Instruction and Measurement, WAME, tests in math and ELA.
Students in grades 5, 8, and 11 will also be taking the Washington Comprehensive Assessment of Science, the WCAS, or the WAIM Science Assessment.
WAME.
Our school is scheduled to take these tests between May 19th and May 29th, so study up.
In more school news, our final PTO general meeting of the year will be held on May 7th from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. here at Discovery. They would also like to warmly invite incoming 6th and 9th grade families to join.
This is a great opportunity to meet the PTO, learn about how we support our students in school events, and get connected before the new school year begins. Now, the day has come!
It's at 7 p.m. tonight at the Joyce Garber Theater. Mary Poppins Jr. is showing. It's presented by both Odyssey and Liberty Middle Schools, and they've both been working really hard to bring this beloved story to life.
If you can't make it to the showing tonight, it also plays tomorrow at 2:30 and 7 p.m. So please make sure you stop by and really show your support to everyone.
Next up, here's Caden on how Skills USA went for our animation team.
Welcome back to Disco Vision. Today, we're taking a closer look at an exciting milestone for Discovery High School's animation program. A personal journey that I was fortunate to attend with our recent trip to Tacoma for the Skills USA State Animation Competition. On April 18th, Discovery sent 5 teams to compete in the 2D and 3D animation categories, showcasing months of preparation, creativity, and technical skills. For many students, this event marked a culmination of long hours spent refining their projects, but for others, it's a whole new challenge.
What was your favorite part for the students to experience at Skills USA?
I love that they get feedback from other adults that aren't just me on their work.
That's fair.
I also think it's important and valuable for them to show their work to just outside to other students and to other adults.
Yeah, I totally get that. And it's very understandable. Now that you're going to states, what do you hope to see from your students?
I really hope that they learn to work with the stress of competition and the time management that's required. And even though it is a struggle, also feel the benefit of that struggle and apply that to other areas because it's there in everything.
Yeah, totally. Since I'm going to Schools USA too.
Miss Lymphey wasn't wrong about the certain anxiety that came up from the buildup of this competition. But despite the stress, we didn't let that deteriorate our excitement for this trip. Our journey began with a full day of preparation and actually a dinner, giving everyone a chance to relax before the competition. But by the next morning, it all began. The 2D teams presented projects that they had spent months developing, showcasing their storytelling and design. Meanwhile, my partner and I, along with the other 3D teams, faced a different challenge. With only 6 hours, we had to create an animation from scratch, planning, modeling, and animating, and rendering it all in one day. For Discovery, this was a major milestone. Our 2D teams found success while my partner and I became the first 3D animators from our school to complete, representing our program in a brand new way. In the end, though, the trip wasn't really about results. It was about a new experience and growth, and proving that Discovery's animation teams are ready for even bigger challenges ahead and to explore.
That's all for today's segment. Stay tuned for more updates on students' achievements and events right here in Disco Visions.
Friday at lunch and cost $1 a bag. Popcorn's really good, so you should go get it. Support our ASB. I don't carry cash with me to school, so I can't. But if you have cash and you like popcorn, or at least want to buy me some, go do that.
Okay, well, that's all for today's episode. Remember to stick around to the end for that feedback form, and remember that your voice matters.
And shout out to Val and Kaylee who helped out our guests who were here yesterday for Bring Your Kid to Work Day. You guys were amazing hosts.
Well, this is Chatham and Zoe signing off. Happy Friday.